been pretty close a couple of times, and people were talking about, wow, what a great year we had last year. But honestly, we had almost the same year the year before, except things didn't go our way at the end of the year. And last year they did, and our guys did a great job kind of making things go their way. So that was an incredible experience. It was great to win a game in the tournament, and I guess not so great to get our ears boxed in by Denver in the quarterfinals. But I think overall for our kids, it was an incredible experience for the school. The school did a great job supporting us and showing up to games. And I know in the pictures I saw in all the game at Franklin Field and the game at Delaware, there was a ton of gold running around, a lot of our fans. So it was just a really cool experience for us as a coaching staff, and obviously for the kids and just for everybody involved with Drexel Lacrosse. The challenge as a coach is once you do those things to keep that success going and to build on that success. And that's obviously not going to be an easy thing to do with some of the guys that we lost and the conference that we play in and the schedule that we play. But that's always a challenge, and that's the thing that we're trying to do. We're hoping our kids don't get cocky the year after. We've talked to them a lot about, last year was great, now we got to put that thing behind us and focus on who we are now. Last year's done, it's over with. We're really looking for guys to step up. We lost 2 starting attackmen, we lost 2 starting defensemen, and 1 pretty good midfielder. And to be honest with you, we played too few middies last year. I mean, we ran our first midfield into the ground a little bit. We know, Brian Voelker and Jules, if they're running on the same midfield, those guys are going to see the field a lot. But we also feel like we have to be effective and play, some more guys at the midfield, and we're trying to figure out who that is. There's a lot of guys kind of, in the mix on the attack spots. A couple of lefties and a couple of ex-guys. Cole's kind of that guy that has the spot locked down on that right wing, and we're trying to figure out the best combinations down there. Again, I think we have some choices, but guys got to really step up and be effective and be consistent. Well, I think Nick's, in my mind, is one of the most important players in the country. He has been for us for 2 years. I think the 2 goals in the 10 seconds or whatever at the end of the half against Penn kind of woke him up a little bit, and people know a little bit more about him now. He did cut his hair, so I don't know if people even recognize him. But he's been a really good player for us, a huge part of our success. I say it all the time, I look like a much better coach when we win face-offs and we have the ball more. And I think that's everybody. When you win those face-offs and you're consistently doing those things, you can be a better defensive team, you can be a better offensive team. And for 2 years now, Nick has been one of the best players in the country. Now people know him out a little bit, so his challenge is going to be to go out there kind of on a game in and game out basis. When people know his name and have that bullseye on your back a little bit. We had guys that played a lot for us on the defensive end, some young guys, some freshmen last year. Miles Thomas is going to have to step up and be a number 1 D guy instead of just being a role player. There's going to be some guys that are sophomores and freshmen this year. They're going to have to step into big time roles on the defensive end, and I think obviously we hope that Will can be one of the best goalies in our conference and one of the best goalies in the country. He had some big time games for us down the stretch and really helped us win some games. And he knows what it takes to be a leader down there and what defenses are supposed to do. So we feel like we have the pieces in place, but again, guys got to step up and really be effective. And if we do that, we'll be pretty good.